Have you ever met someone who you will remember long after the last time that you see them? If you've met Jim Osborne, then the answer is most likely yes. Jim Osborne is an Anna High School teacher, as well as a track coach there. Today, we are gathered here to award him with the Most Committed Teacher at Anna award. Jim is caring, dedicated, and respectful to the students that he teaches. Today, we will go over just a few of the reasons why Jim is deserving of this award. One of the first reasons that Jim deserves this award is how caring he is towards his students. Jim makes sure that all graduating students, whether they are in his class or whether he just thinks that they would need to reach out to him for questions or just for general communication, know that they can add him on Facebook once they graduate. Past graduates have confirmed that if they add Jim on Facebook, he usually responds fairly quickly. And the range of responses is anywhere from, if you ask a question, Jim will try his best to answer it, or he will point you in the direction of someone that can. If you're just reaching out to say hello, Jim will hold a full conversation with you just to see how you've been doing since you graduated. One of the second reasons that Jim deserves this award is how dedicated he is towards his students. Jim makes sure that every student understands the material fully. He doesn't just gloss over it once and hope that his students understand it. If a student doesn't understand it and asks him, Jim will go over the material with him in a way that he hopes the student will understand. And in a situation where this doesn't work, Jim will continuously try to come up with new ways to go over the same material so that that one student can learn it if they truly want to learn it. I personally have an example of this, as one day at track I asked Jim a question about the content that we were going over in school that day. At the time, Jim didn't really have a clear way to explain it to me that I would understand. But Jim went home that day and thought about it and looked into it. And the next day at track, he came up to me and asked if I was still interested in the same topic, and I said yes. And Jim proceeded to explain to me not only the answer to my question, but he explained in such a way that I could comprehend the answer as well as why it was the answer. The third reason that Jim deserves this award is the respect that he shows for his students. Jim tries to talk in a way that is without bias. He tries to make sure that the things he says don't offend his students. That way the communication path between him and his students is never closed, to help ensure that students never feel like they don't have someone to go to if they have questions about the class or if they just need to talk to someone in general. However, at the same time, Jim is willing to go into deeper conversations about more opinionated topics if a student asks him to in private. I remember being a part of one such conversation, or more so just watching it, and Jim was talking with a rather argumentative student who really wouldn't let Jim express his own opinions and would just tell Jim that he was wrong in the situation. Instead of becoming angry or ceasing the communication, Jim asked the student to clarify their own reasoning and to explain it so that he could understand where they were coming from with their own viewpoints. And once they were done, Jim asked if the student would be willing to listen to his viewpoints as well as to see why Jim believed in the side that he believed in. To sum things up, these are just a few of the reasons that Jim deserves this award. Jim is a caring, dedicated, and respectful teacher at Anna High School. Anyone who has had him at Anna will most likely never forget him. Jim is not just a teacher, but someone who has made Anna a place where students not only learn, but feel secure in their learning atmosphere, knowing that they have someone they can talk to about the class content or anything they need to talk to about not class.